foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Sham, Rakakwadash. Those are the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yahawah is the Father's true name. That means He is, He exists. Sham means in the name. Yahawashi is the name of the Son. That means He saves, He delivers. And Rakakwadash is how you say a spirit that's holy, a spirit that's set apart. That's all in the Lashawan Kodash, also known as the Paleo-Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, the correct language, the holy tongue, the holy language. Alright? So when you call upon your power, you want to do so using those names. Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Alright? Once again, the names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Second of all, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, and Shalawam, to the Lord's hopeful elect. It's your brother Yerami Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. This one will be entitled, Shabath Shalawam. Most definitely Shabath Shalawam. I'm going to go into various topics. What's on my mind right now is health, and you got to know how to take care of this body, okay? You need to take care of this body, do maintenance upon this body, work out, fast, okay? Most definitely pray. That should go without saying. If you're not praying every day, then you are in the wrong, okay? I charge that on you. You need to pray every day, and more than once. You pray when you wake up, pray when you go to sleep, but also pray throughout the day. Pray in between, pray before you get in the car, pray when you get to your destination, pray when you leave your destination, pray when you get home. You're always acknowledging Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi for getting you through these situations. Okay, so it's constant. Pray for the food, so we're every day begging. That's what prayer means, to beg. Letting Him know, hey, the water for all of this, all right, that we have at this point in time. Let's get one real quick in the book of Psalms. And this is Psalms 119 and 164. 7 times a day do I praise Thee because of Thy righteous judgments. 7 meaning completion. So we praise Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi a complete number of times throughout the day. Ongoing. Well, if you're doing that. Okay? So you need to, make sure you do that, man. Alright? Try to stay in the spirit. That's why it's important to communicate, to pray. Okay? Don't just go on thinking that it's on your strength. It's not on your strength. It's on Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. So you phone home to headquarters, you radio in to get some supplies, to get some information on what's going on. Alright? At the end of the day. So going into working out, right? And you don't gotta work out every single day, right? But it's actually better to work out 3 times a week. Your muscle, depending on the muscle, it takes about 24 hours to 48 hours for that muscle to repair. Because when you're working out, all you're doing is breaking down the muscle. So you do arms maybe Monday, right? And you give time for that muscle to to repair itself by getting adequate sleep, and eating correctly. And it's not about eating meat, okay? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, okay? Peanut butter. These type of things are good for, you want to hydrate it. You want to hydrate the muscle, because really breaking it down and all that is inflammation. It's you're breaking it down. So you want to go forth and hydrate it. You want to give it life. So you want to eat something that was living. Yeah, meat. You know how you see these American bodybuilders and stuff, they're meat conscious. But meat is not really necessary for building muscle. Okay? Guava has more potential, has more protein in it than meat. Eggs, make an omelet. Eggs has more protein in it than meat. Okay? So don't get caught up on what these individuals are saying, these Americans. Okay? We wasn't eating meat like that. You eat too much meat, it makes you sick. Okay? But hey, we tell our people and our people don't want to listen. It is what it is. Go ahead and get all these type of diseases that's coming with it, because you don't want to have a balance. And that's also what we do. We have a balance. So maybe work out on Monday, chill on Tuesday, or you can work out on Tuesday, and then you got to give your time some rest. You want to rest, all right? So maybe go back and work out on Thursday or Friday, okay? Don't overdo it, because then you still got to what? You still got to, if you do lessons, you got to do your lessons. You got a woman, you got to tend to the woman. You got kids, you got to tend to the kids. You got to go to work, right? You got to, Sabbath, camp, right? So you don't want to burn yourself out by doing too much in one area. It's about being organized. It's extreme. Let's get a precept. Because this is how the Father is, man. Okay? He's extremely organized. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. So you want to do things decently and in order. And that's every piece, every part of your life. You want to make sure you're doing these things decently and in order. You don't want to have a chaotic life. If you have a chaotic life, then how are you going to be any good for the brotherhood? How are you going to be any good for the congregation? If your life is chaotic, right, then you're gonna be teaching from a position of toxicity, a position of chaos. Everything's going crazy. So you have to know how to control your emotions, rule over your spirit, and go forth and be edifying. We want to be edifying, right? We're not here for entertainment or none of that. Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So you call upon what? The correct names. Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi. Being as strong towers. That doctrine, that understanding. The Hebrew is far powerful than any other language, as the prologue and Sirach tells you that. So therefore we pray in the Hebrew. We call upon Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi. We seek out our power constantly. And he what? He protects us. He sees that effort of us turning back to him and seeking him. So therefore he's going to be with us, man. So it's important to call upon the names. Don't substitute it. Don't put it to the side. Don't do it just so you can fit in with other Israelites, where everybody's saying Most High Christ blessings. So okay, I'll say that. But we know the names. Nah, bro. You know the names, say the names. Okay? If you know something, the correct way and the proper way, teach that. Don't dumb down anything. Okay? That would be like me. I make conscious music, but I'm going to dumb down my music like to rap like some Lil Baby or something, just so more people could appeal to it. No, I don't care. I don't care about people like that to appeal to my music, right? So I'm not going to sacrifice my morals and my values just so I could maybe make a hit single or something. It's easy to make a hit single. You know what these goofies want to hear, okay? But it's harder to say something with substance, right? So this life that we live is the harder path, okay? It may be a longer route, right? It's the road less traveled, correct? And less people are going to be on it, and that's great, okay? Let me see. Let's go back in that same chapter. Proverbs 25, and let's start at the top. These are also Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied out. It is the glory of power to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. And what are we doing? We're putting forth a diligent search, and we're searching out. So when in working out, searching that out, just like, and that's a key to everything. Searching things out. How do I do this the proper way, the correct way? I learned that lifting all those heavy weights is not necessarily, the right way to do it. It's more so, I'm like, yo, what did we do before Jason brought a gym in? And what did we do? We did calisthenics, right? We did simple push-ups, sit-ups, dips, squats. We worked, we lift our body weight. That's what we did. We prayed, we fasted, we called on the Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. We ate fruits and vegetables. You know, we wasn't heavy on the meats, but we ate meat, yeah, of course. But we wasn't too heavy on it like that. We had Daniel, man. What did he say? We gonna eat fruits and vegetables. Yo, men eat that, and let's see who look better in 10 days. Point blank period. The point is proven. Okay? So we had a better diet. We understood food. Just how we understand food now, we understood food back then. So we wasn't in the gym. It wasn't gyms in Israel. It wasn't no gyms like that. You know what I'm saying? And not knocking brothers that go to the gym, do your thing. But it's also a thing called calisthenics. Lifting your body weight. Right? Pull-ups. You do a pull-up bar. You know, just simple things, man, where you could do these things anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to know that this stuff actually builds, it makes your body more solid. Then you go and lift weights. And I'm going from experience, because I remember playing football, lifting weights, getting big and all that. But then when I didn't, all that muscle would disappear. All of it disappeared. It went away because I wasn't in the gym no more. So calisthenics and stuff of that nature is really you're building a structure that's going to last over time. And then when you furthermore search it out, you understand that Shaolin monks do the same thing. Samurai do the same thing. They build their core. They were not lifting weights. The heathens was not talking about Moab, Ammon, you know, Elam, which they really started some of that martial arts and stuff. Well, we did, you know, but they got popular off of whatever worldly wise, but they were not lifting weights. It was about disciplining the body. That's what martial arts is too. It's about disciplining the body, having control over the body, right? So it's important just to understand, you don't need all the ways of these Greeks to actually be strong, right? Walking is better than running, you know? So it's good to go on a 40-minute walk. Get your sunlight, right? These things are important. Search these things out. Verse 2. How did I get back there? Verse 2. It is the glory of power to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. The heaven for height and the earth for depth, and the heart of kings is unsearchable. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. So you have to understand society and then pull apart the bad parts. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall become a finer vessel. So learn what is the finer ways to live in this life. And that's not necessarily the more expensive way, but it's the finer way. It's the correct way. And that's what? We're going back to the old paths. That's simply what it's talking about. Take away the wicked from before the king, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. Put not forth thyself in the presence of the king, and stand not in the place of great men. For better it is that it said unto thee, come up hither, than that thou shouldest be put lower in the presence of the prince whom thine eyes have seen. Don't try to, be in the spotlight. Okay? You wait things out. You maintain yourself. You grow. You get experience so that you become wise. So that when you are in the midst of wise individuals or fools or whoever it be, you maintain yourself with the proper morals and the proper integrity and the proper understanding, man. Okay? That shows you. Wisdom maketh a face man. Wisdom calleth a man's face to shine. So therefore, wisdom is gonna set you up. Okay? And that's ultimately Yahawashi. That's ultimately because you fear Yahawah. These things are gonna fall in conjunction with each other, like dominoes. This brother fears Yahawah. Therefore, now wisdom is coming into him because he doesn't have a malicious soul. Therefore, he's gonna what? Gain favor between man, right, and power. At the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. Okay? If you just follow the simple steps, it's not hard. It's not hard. All right? Keeping it going. Verse 7. For better it is that it be said unto thee, come up hither, then that thou shouldest be put lower in the presence of the prince, whom thine eyes have seen. Go not forth hastily to strive, lest thou know not what to do in the end thereof, when thy neighbor have put thee to shame. Taking that back to calisthenics and working out. You want to work out because you want to see those gains extremely quick and fast and all of that. You want to take the protein powder, the weary protein, and all of that stuff that some of it has pork in it, and it's not good for your body. Okay, it's not natural. So you want to get there a quick way, but it's not going to be a solid foundation. It's not going to stand. It's not going to last. It's going to break down and wither. And that's what the majority of these carnal-minded individuals are doing. They're searching the quickest way to stardom, the quickest way to riches, the quickest way to fame, or whatever their heart desires, man. That's what they're searching, and they're going forth on that path. And then when they find out they got to bend over backwards and get poked, to get that situation, then they're making a decision. And most of them are taking that bag. Okay? You got this dude that plays Reacher. He was also in a movie War Machine. He's a good actor, big buff dude, but he said his agent kept sending him to movie directors and stuff that wanted to molest him. You understand? So it doesn't matter how big you are. Look at Ving Rhames. Look at old dude that played what's the name on Friday? I forgot his name. Damon or whatever on Friday. Right? So it doesn't matter how big you are. In Hollywood, bro, they gonna poke you. Okay? You want that role, you're gonna get poked. Or you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to play an effeminate role, you're gonna have to wear a dress, you're gonna have to do something. Eat shit, eat piss, drink piss, whatever. This is the reality of being a star on this side of in Babylon, man. You want to align with Esau, where Esau is going to put you through the ringer, man. That's what you're choosing. So once again, verse 8, go not forth hastily to strive, lest thou know not what to do in the end thereof, when thy neighbor have put thee to shame. Debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to another. Talk in private. Debate thy cause with a neighbor himself. All right? And this is what you do, especially when you don't know something. You ask a brother, yo, bro, you got a breakdown on this? All right, can you explain this to me? I ain't really get it. Okay? Man, be a student. Be happy being a student, because you can grow and build up a proper foundation and get true understanding. It's necessary, man, to come up the right way, in the correct way. Verse 10, lest he that heareth it put thee to shame, and thine infamy turn not away. Because everybody's not your friend. Okay? It's some that you confide in that are real. Okay? And they're going to be cool with you, and they're going to really be down for you. And they're going to rock with you. And they're going to look after you. And hey, they see you going off, they're going to help you. Right? It's some that see you going off, and they just going to try to destroy you. Yeah, I knew that, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. Because it's not sincere. They may be looking off of jealousy or envy or whatever it be. They hate you for whatever cause, whatever reason. So everybody is not your friend, bro. Okay? Some of our people have took on Edomite tendencies and characteristics. Once again, they come in what? They're speaking smooth as butter, like Esau, right? But in their mind is war. Yeah, I'm gonna get this nigga. Yeah, boom, boom. Oh yeah, I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna slip him. He gonna slip up. Boom, boom, boom. He gonna do this. And then I'm gonna, yeah. All right? So everybody is not your friend. And it goes back to the point of not being gullible in this world. Okay? Everybody on the corner begging for money ain't really broke. Okay? You gotta consider those things. They could paint themselves as homeless. They could paint themselves as broke. They can go out there, it's called panhandling. They could paint themselves as broke, but at home they got a 4-bedroom house, multiple cars. They just going out there and getting extra money, man, off of your suffering. Okay? You understand? So don't be gullible, especially with AI and this devil ramping up in his wickedness. Everything that he's bringing forth is to trick you, is to destroy you. Okay? Verse 10. Lest he that heareth it put thee to shame, and thine infamy turn not away. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pitchers of silver. Learn how to get in. Learn to speak, to fit in when you get in. A word fitly spoken, which is showing you that you don't always have to speak. You don't always have to talk. You don't always have to put your 2 cents in. Everybody don't need your 2 cents. Okay? Sometimes you're as the scriptures say, man, a fool can appear wise if he just holdeth his tongue. So if you sit back and chill out and learn and grow and observe, that's what you should be doing. All right? Especially coming early, coming new. You know, and you don't really know the doctrine. You don't really have the understanding at this point in time. You're new. You're coming in. You're like, yo, what's going on? What is he talking about? What is this? What is that? Why did this brother say we don't need Israelite women to reproduce? What's wrong with that? That brother hate Israelite women? All right? Don't take things out of turn. Don't soundbite. Listen to the whole matter, right? And understand what's really going on. Okay? Because although that may be true, we don't need Israelite women. Nobody said that Israelite women will not make it. Okay? But we honestly don't need Eve. And that's just point blank, period. Because the seed resides in the man. And we can put this seed in anything. Okay? Any heathen woman. And that'll come out of Israelite man. And we can repopulate that way. Right? And that right there should humble the women. That right there should put them in a shamefaced position. Okay? You know? They are saved by childbearing, though. Keeping it going, verse 12. And Shalawam, bro, Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Barak. As an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. Everybody does not have an obedient ear. Everybody's not trying to listen and take it in. Some people are just automatically disobedient. That's how they was created. And honestly, with you, you shouldn't go and waste your words with them because they're disobedient. So everything that's going in is going out. It's going in. They may say Khan, Shalawam, Yahawah, Shem, Yahawashi, Barak, the water, but everything that you just said just went out. Everything I just said just went out of their ear. They didn't hold on to none of it. They're not SpongeBob. They're not soaking it up. It's not working with them. They're never ready. Right? They're like Patrick Star. You know, he's terrible with memory. He's not that smart. He's not that wise. All right? So he's like, hey, SpongeBob, what? Like, he just forgot. That's it. And that's how a lot of our people are. Majority of our people are, man. Okay? So, you want to be wise and you want to be talking to an obedient ear. This is why Yahawah Shem Yahawashi is going for those. He's searching for those that are obedient. And hey, my sheep shall hear my voice. Okay? And that's it. And you're going to recognize the sheep by them saying Baha, by them listening, by them coming in, by them moving the correct way and proper way. Okay? And you're going to recognize the goats. Okay? Because they're going to show themselves to be of a different spirit. Not of the Rakakodash, but of something else that's not, beneficial to them. We're going to get a little bit more, man. I'm going to wrap it up. Verse 13. As the cold of snow in the time of harvest, so is a faithful minister to them that send him. For he refresheth the soul of his masters. Right? So, us being servants. Right? Yahawashi is coming back and he's seeing us working. And that's making him smile. Right? Man, them brothers is listening. Them brothers is doing what I said to do. Them brothers is feeding the sheep. Man, we making Yahawah Shem Yahawashi smile, bro. Don't all the heavens rejoice when one sinner turns back? So aren't they up there smiling? Yeah, they looking at all the BS, right? And the eyes of Yahawah is on the sinful kingdom, but he's also watching us, and he's also smiling when righteousness is going forth. When brothers is doing what they supposed to do. When brothers is going out and bidding brothers to the marriage, and brothers are accepting and coming in. Man, them brothers really care. They love. if you love Yahawah, if you love Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, you're going to do what they said. So go forth and feed the sheep. So the point is, Yahawashi wants you to go and feed his brothers and sisters, to bring them in. As he said, you have loved me when you love my people. You have clothed me. You have fed me. When did we feed and clothe Yahawashi? When we fed and clothed his people. So by dealing with a brother or sister, we are talking and dealing with Yahawashi via them, by helping them. So we should be a nation, a generous nation. You know what I'm saying? Uplifting one another. That's and what does it say? For he refresheth the soul of his masters. Whoso boasteth himself of a false gift is like clouds and wind without rain. Oh, perfect example. All these boom shakalaka individuals, man. I talk about you speaking in tongues, when tongues is simply a different language. So you're boasting yourself of a false gift. You have no understanding. Really, you have a demonic possession upon your body. That's what's going on. And you telling somebody, yeah, you see these jakes, especially these jakes coming up, they be like 17, 18, 19. You know, they'll say it. They'll be like, yeah, I speak in tongues. And the spirit just be moving. What the hell are you talking about? So it's to the point, my bad. It's to the point where they're believing their lie. Okay? Alright? At the end of the day. Man, I'm over here at the Bayarton, man. You got Jake coming out. It's hot out here. Verse 15. By long forbearing is a prince persuaded, and a soft tongue breaketh the bone. Right? And this place is soft. Constantly. Ongoing. Okay? Even the cushions. It's not good to sit on a cushioned chair. Going back to the point of health. Like I said, various topics I'm trying to hit here and there. So you actually want to sit in a sturdy chair. A sturdy chair which is straight. Because that's how your back needs to be. You know, remember in school, there's like, don't slouch. So you need to sit with your back to have that posture. Or you're going to have lower back problems, you know, et cetera, because your body tells on itself. The ways and habits that you do is going to echo, all right, for a long time, because it's going to tell you that you haven't been sitting right. You haven't been working out. You haven't been stretching. You haven't been doing what you're supposed to do. You're not performing maintenance on this body. So therefore, it's going to hurt. You wondering why your back hurt, why your lower back hurt, why your knees hurt, why your hands, arthritis, you're feeling all, because you don't have a balance. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you don't have a balance. You're doing too much pleasure and luxury and not enough work, all right, and labor. So therefore, it's going to catch up. You eat too much sweets, you're going to feel sluggish, you know? So you need to have a balance, right? Don't overdo it on the meats. As it said in Sirach, I think that's 37, right? Don't overdo it. Either 37 or 38. Don't overdo it on the meats, man. Have a balance. You know what I'm saying? It's important to have a balance. Let's get a little bit more. This is verse 15. By long forbearing, we read it, we're going to read it again, is a prince persuaded. So, dealing, long, ongoing. Yahawah is long suffering, long forbearing, same thing, right? So, consistency, not just a year, 2 years, whatever. Consistency, ongoing, constantly. So, by long forbearing is a prince persuaded. We are proving ourselves to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. And a soft tongue breaketh the bone. You start teaching the doctrine softly. You start trimming your ways to seek love. You're like, man, well, if I call on, Jesus, I can get more people. This ain't about having more people. Okay? This ain't about having a large congregation. This is about edifying. Okay? At the end of the day, whoever is supposed to come and listen, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi is going to send them. So if we appear as fools to the rest of it, then go, so what? We might appear as fools now, but y'all going to appear as fools in the kingdom. You understand that? That's what's going to happen. So I'll be a fool right now for Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. I'm a fool. right? Let it be. You may seem like you have it and everything in the world and do all of that and all this and boom, boom, boom. Okay, it's all going to come crashing down. And then you're going to be running to the fools, asking the fools, yo, what does this really mean? We done taught all these breakdowns, man. We done went through all of this. We let y'all know what's about to happen. The same as Noah. The same as Yahawashi. Okay? So, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. The biggest I told you so is not us actually even saying it. It's everything that's going to happen. That's the biggest I told you so. The draft, WW3, purge, civil war, race wars. Man, you women that's out there and you on bullshit and you keep denying men and things of that nature and denying this truth. All right? This race war, trust me, they going to start snatching you heifers up, man. Snatching you straight up out. Oh yeah, I see. Oh yeah, I see this nigga girl. She come to the gym every Thursday. We could snatch her on her way to her car, just like that. You think you untouchable? You not. You not, man. And brothers too. You not untouchable, man. All right, what's protecting us? Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. If you don't have that, then you are vulnerable, man. You are naked. No covering. You denying your covering. Jesus Christ is not a covering, man. Okay? Never was, never could, never will be. Damn. A lot of you motherfuckers gonna be in the fire with Jesus Christ. Cesare Borgia. Alright? Serapis Christos. You're gonna be in the fire. Yo, he looked like white Jesus. Yeah, it is his ass. Why he down here with us? Yeah, man. But for real though, this is what's happening. This is what's coming, man. And we told our people enough. Alright? Through Great Millstone and Like-Minded Brothers, bro, it's millions of videos. It's millions of videos. Okay? But that's what? A soft tongue breaketh the bone. Because they trimming their ways to seek love. They're speaking to you in soft ways. They're not coming with passion, letting you know this is life or death. Okay? Won't you just give your life over? Nah, fuck that. This is life or death, bro. You don't have that much time, man. This ain't no get right next week. This ain't no get right next month or get right next year. And the way this shit going, might not be no next year, bro. Alright? In this society that you see, okay? What just happened? And I love that it happened. Ukraine attacked Iran, right? Beautiful. Let it be. Israel joined America. Beautiful. Let it be. Okay? Prophecy popping off the page. All right? They about to come up out of the Jordan. Okay? We know what's going on. We know what's popping. We know what's supposed to take place. The spirit of prophecy let us know. Yahawah Shem Yahawashi let us know. So we here as good brothers to tell our brothers and sisters. That's what we're supposed to do. But these soft tongues, these soft words is breaking your bones. And, you know, whatever those angry men saying, that's not going to happen. Your sons are going to go to college. You're going to have a good job. You're going to continue the American dream. Chase it. When have you ever reached it? When have you ever touched that? It's been an American nightmare the whole time. You need to wake up. You never reach it, man. All you going to do is work, work, work. You tired. You stressed the fuck out. You mentally exhausted. You emotionally exhausted. You spiritually exhausted. A lot of you brothers that's in the world, these individuals in the world, you wondering if your girl out here fucking with another dude. It's no security, man. This is the life that you want to live in. This ain't it, bro. You want to die for this shit? This ain't it. Y'all suffer for no reason. It's no reward at the end. What you suffer to have a nice little house, a white picket fence, and you can get that to your son? And so he can go and fuck that up? That ain't it, bro. But we suffer being in this truth, knowing that we have a reward at the end. That Yahawah Shem Yahawashi is going to recompense this evil, man. He going to take this devil down. If you don't have that, What do you have? That the YT man is going to continue? That the YT man is going to continue in rulership? MOTB, RFID hip putting in your right hand, left hand, head, whatever it be. That's what you are looking forward to. You individuals that's in the world, trusting in Esau. Your kids got to grow up. Bro, they putting transgender dolls on the shelves now. They said they're going to have interchangeable body parts. And you know what body part I'm talking about. This is what they're doing, bro. We in them times, man. We in them times. Your kids going, can I get a TS doll? What? This is it, bro. They don't care about you, your grandmother, your daughter, your baby that just came out the womb. They don't care about none. None of y'all. From the kids to the elders. They're trying to fuck us all up. And you playing around, man. So once again, soft words destroy the bone. That's what's going on. This place is extremely soft. Therefore, it has put you into a dorsal situation where you think everything. You never lived in reality. Reality is that we are at war. And it's turning from spiritual to physical. When ICE, they just came down in the news. ICE has they're targeting the Haitians. Now, that's Southern Kingdom. Right? So they're definitely coming from Judah and Benjamin. This is about to ramp up. And that super El Nino ain't gonna make it any easier. Ain't France and Spain on fire right now? 300,000 had to flee from their homes? Is that common? Diverse earthquakes in diverse places, man. All right, let's keep it going. We're about to wrap it up, though. So once again, Proverbs 25 and 15. By long forbearing is a prince persuaded, and a soft tongue breaketh the bone. Hast thou found honor, honey? Salakia, hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee. Not as is sufficient, not too much. So you don't want to have too much glory. You want to run on E. Okay? You want to be balanced. This ain't your rest. So eat so much as is sufficient for thee. And that's in all things. Going back to health. Going back to food. You don't want to overindulge on the food. You want to take it easy, man. It's 1 o'clock. I ain't ate yet today. You know, I'm gonna eat maybe later on. I'm gonna eat some no, I ate a pear this morning. That's it. I ate a pear this morning. You know, light. Right? You want to stay light. And you don't want to overdo on the body. Intermediate fasting is a must. And then fasting is a must. So coming into this truth, you live a low income type life. A low maintenance type life. All this eating 3 times a day and then snacking and all of that, that's going to cause you to get sicker. You know the food, the foul. I mean, a lot of you people talking about the lettuce and the blueberries and we can't eat nothing. And well, you know that. So why would you eat more? That should bring you to a position of eating less. If everything is defiled. So if it's all poison, why would you continue to put more poison in your body? And then don't go to the fast food places. Okay? You got to use common sense, man. Jake, you have to practice restraint in all things. In women, in food, right? In all things, in entertainment and everything. Practice restraint, going back to being organized. So, hast thou found, Proverbs 25 and 16, hast thou found honey, eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit. Honey is by far one of the greatest things you can eat. Honey, man, coconut, you know, them things right there, they're solid and they're hard to mess up because coconut is shell. Coconut is considered a fruit and a nut, right? Because of the shell, how it is. It's really hard to get up in there. So the milk is pure, you know, but Esau get that milk out, they're going to taint it. They're going to try to mess it up. They'll put hella sugar in it and try to destroy it. That's why if you can get these, I'm about to go into Vallarta. You know, they got coconuts in there and you can knock them open or whatever. All right, et cetera, et cetera. You can get the ones, I like to get the ones, they be like 2 for $5, where you got the little thing, you pull it up, you turn it upside down, you bust it on the thing, and then you open it, and then you can drink it from inside with the straw. And Esau ain't tainted with that. So coconut is that drink. It is that drink, man. Testosterone, keep a man feeling like a man. You know what I'm saying? It's got potassium, iron, magnesium. Magnesium, what? Electrifies the body. We need that. Energy. So it's a major thing. And then honey, antioxidant, anti-bichromia, anti-everything. Anti, right? But don't overdo it. I love honey before you go to sleep. I love honey when you wake up. Honey on your bread. Don't just let the Feast of Unleavened Bread be the only time you make unleavened bread. Make more unleavened bread. Make bread. Make bread, man. If you women, like, how can we support the ministry? Learn how to bake. My rib made a loaf of bread the other day. Like, we can actually eat it like sandwich meat. We can eat it. Like the nature, all that shit is fake. It's full of sugar. But you can literally make your own bread and then slice it up. It's not that hard, Jake. It take about 3 hours, because you gotta knead it, you gotta let it rise, you gotta do all of that. She know how to do it, I don't know how to do it. But you can literally make your own bread. But if I wanted to learn how to do it, it's easy. It's a simple process. It's all on the internet, right? It's just the fact that health takes effort. You gotta put in a little bit of effort. It's not necessarily more expensive, but you just gotta put in effort. And you gotta know what to eat. And you gotta know when to eat, and to let your body fast, and to let your digestive system turn off and do these type of things. Hey, Shalawam, bro. Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham, Shabath Shalawam. Yep. Coconut Coke is my thing now. Khan, that's beautiful. Right? So, as it's telling you, you eat too much of it, you're going to vomit. Verse 17, Proverbs 25. Withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee, and so hate thee. You love a brother, but you don't want to overdo with a brother. You don't want to bother a brother. You know what I'm saying? So withdraw thy foot from a neighbor's house. You don't want to overstay your welcome, Jake. So that goes into balance. It's great to hang out with brothers and things of that nature, but you also got to give brothers time and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes into you checking, and that's even in the lessons. When you talking, make sure you ain't talking over a brother, and you letting brothers get their points out too, because brothers is hey man, we all in this thing, man. Yahawashi is moving with us all, so you respect brothers enough, to we watch each other's lessons, man. So I feel confident that this brother gonna swing the sword, like I'm gonna swing the sword, and that right there makes the whole unit move more efficiently. We Spartans was Israelites. So moving in that unison thing where, bro, your shield is going to protect me and my shield is going to protect you, right? If you can't raise it the correct way, then I might die. So my life is in your hands. What's that that little exercise where they be like, stand up and fall back? Hey, I trust my brother's gonna catch me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we moving out here. Hey, Shalawam, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham. Alright, to you and your household. Okay? So withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee, and so hate thee. You don't want to overstay your welcome. You don't want to overdo it. Right? Verse 18. A man that beareth false witness against his neighbor is a maul, and a sword, and a sharp arrow. Confidence is an unfaithful man in time of trouble. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble. What does IUIC have right now? They got confidence in an unfaithful man. ISUPK as well. Okay? All these false prophets and their congregations. They have confidence in an unfaithful man. Right? Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth. Can't eat with that. And a foot out of joint. Oh, that sucks. You can't move. You can't walk. You know, that got to heal. And how does that heal? You got to come to the real men of Yahawah, Yahawashi, the elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone. Okay? And like-minded doctrine. Okay? So, that right there, that's how you heal that foot which is out of joint. But those unfaithful men, which you are trusting in, are going to lead you wrong. They probably told you that the Sabbath was Friday to Sunday. So, you probably messed with your lady last night. And you broke the Sabbath, the real Sabbath. Because you thought it's Friday to Sunday. Friday to Saturday, Slaki. Right? But this is the proper Sabbath. Right now, according to the new moon. It's a full moon tonight. Okay? Monday to Tuesday. Because the moon came in. It came in Tuesday morning. I believe at 2:36. I had checked it on Google. Right? So therefore, in between that Monday and that Tuesday, the new moon would have showed. So therefore, that's the Shabbat. Evening to evening. That's how it happens. That's how it comes in. That's how it flows. Right? And that's the proper way, according to the scriptures. Now, these individuals, they teaching according to their mind. They're not teaching according to the scriptures. So that's you having confidence in an unfaithful man. All right? And we know what happened to the false prophets and their congregation, man. Jeremiah 14. Right? Starting at 13, going downward, it tells you they're going to die by the sword, by famine, because they never talked about the sword and the famine. They told you sword and famine wasn't going to happen. Okay? I'm going to get a little bit more, then I'm going to get up out of here. Verse 20, as he that taketh away a garment in cold weather, and as vinegar upon nitre, so is he that singeth songs to an heavy heart. If that's beautiful. Okay? So it's about knowing the state of your flock too. Every brother has a different type of cross. Now we all going through it, you know. So you can't consider. You got to be considerate that this brother may not have the same measure of faith, or he might not be built up mentally yet. He might have not girded his loins. He might be new. So you got to be apt to teach. And that goes into the position of being a bishop as well. Knowing, you know, every brother is different, man. All right? Some brothers going through it. Some brothers may have baby mama drama. Some brothers don't. We don't got all the curses. We got certain curses. You know what I'm saying? So, but even on the flip side of that is you can't look at your life and say that this is any more than another brother's. All right? Because everybody's cross is different, but everybody is getting chastised and challenged. It's just that this brother may have a little bit more faith, and he may have went through more stuff. So his faith and trusting Yahawah Shem Yahawashi is more at this point in time, and you have to build yourself up to that. You're like, dang, man, bro, you went through that, man. That would have destroyed me. Like, man, hey, trusting Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, he gonna get you through. Okay? And then when you get to that point, you're going to be like, yo, yeah, that brother was right. Shoot, I went through the same thing, and I trusted, and he got me through. I shouldn't even been complaining, you know? So it's just, you grow with experience by going through it. We could talk about it all day, but you got to go through it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Verse 21, if thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat. And if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and Yahawah Shem Yahawashi shall reward thee. Don't change your morals. Don't stoop to their level. Right? And you see it all the time. You know, it's the what's that parable? In the world, it's like a parable about a snake and like a rabbit. And the rabbit helped the snake across the bridge, and then the snake bit the rabbit or something like that. You know. And you be careful, but you don't change your morals. You know. And then, hey, if somebody's showing that type of characteristics, then distance yourself from them. Don't be around them. Don't allow yourself to get bit. You still help them across the bridge, but step away. Because you know, eventually he gonna strike. Because that's just what he does. You may have a family member that's constantly on BS, you know? You know what I'm saying? So you be weary with them, you know? So that's simple. That's just what it is, what it is. Don't be gullible and allow yourself to be taken advantage of. Because then they want a reason to talk and things of that nature. This is not about them rewarding you. Even if you give somebody some bread and they don't give it back, it's not about them rewarding you or get Yahawah Yahawashi gonna get you back. That's what you gotta trust in. And then furthermore, you give to a goodly man. You don't give to the wicked. Alright? Hey, Shalawam, your brothers got some precepts? Let me see. I don't see no precepts. Alright, you working on another lesson? Good, bro. Yeah. Be consistent. You know, you produce some good lessons, bro. Just stay consistent and set aside time. It's 168 hours in the week. You know what I'm saying? So set aside time. You got plenty of time to give to Yahawah Yahawashi. Okay? Oh, the scorpion and the frog. Alright, yeah. That's it. The point is made. The scorpion and the frog. You know? So don't get stung. Alright? 22. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and Yahawah shall reward thee. The north wind driveth away rain, so doeth an angry countenance a backbiting tongue. Don't be petty. That's the thing with Jake. Don't be petty. We are to be the bigger person, man. Don't be petty with these individuals. Going back and forth is not going to fix anything. Alright? You know what I'm saying? The way that somebody may feel about you, you don't feel about them the same way. They may want beef with you, or funk, or whatever you want to call it, plexing with you. But you don't. We're not gonna have that type of feeling towards them. Man, there was this dude in the live today. We did a live earlier on the TT, and he, like, we gave him a little correction and shit, and he got mad. He jumped in my inbox. This nigga sent me his whole address. Like, yo, pull up. I'm like, this nigga live in Florida. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? I ain't even respond, because already that spirit is off. He said, yeah, pull up and talk that shit. He gave me his whole address. I'm like, man, Jake be carnal. But he was in a live boasting, saying he a Levite. And that furthermore proved my point. Okay, you an Israelite. So what? What type of Israelite are you? You showed yourself to be a carnal Israelite. You showed yourself to be one that's gonna, you want to put hands on a brother because you got corrected. Alright? That's crazy, bro. You know? That ain't it. You're not living according to the scriptures. Okay? Verse 24. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. Calm. You know? It's better to distance yourself than be with a wicked woman. As cold waters to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country. And that's what we're given. That's what we're getting. When we understand and get these breakdowns, we're getting that good news from a far country. Because this is not from us. This is of Yahawah Yahawashi. So he's communicating by letting us know and giving us the understanding, which is the spirit of prophecy, the testimony of Yahawashi. He's letting us know what's really going on, what's taking place. So that we're getting the good news, the gospel, good news, or the good spell. Right? The fact is, brainwashed, we're brainwashed. Okay? We're in a cult. Yeah. All y'all that say that, it's true. Yeah, this is my culture. So I'm in a cult. This is my culture. I'm back in my culture, which makes me in a cult. You in a cult too. A bugged out ass cult. Where your cult is Jesus Christ. You understand? We are brainwashed, yeah, with the truth. Knowing this truth. Having the understanding. Brainwashed, being fools for Yahawashi. Okay? There's nothing wrong. So, hey, y'all ain't never lied. You 2/3, you individuals that scoffing and mocking, y'all ain't never lied, man. We in a cult. We brainwashed. Alright? Next, I'm gonna finish this chapter up, man. All right, and I'm done though. All right, verse 26. A righteous man falling down before the wicked is as a troubled fountain and a corrupt spring. Don't let them see you sweat. You know, don't fall down in front of them. Don't give up, man. You continue to fight, even when it's hard, even when life is kicking your ass, bro. You continue to fight. You know, it's like in a boxing match. I was watching Epo again. That's my joint. It's an anime. It's on Netflix. It's called Epo. It's a boxing. You know, if you check it out, it's kind of hard. All right, but he was in a fight, and they was going heavy at each other. And anyone could have won the fight. Okay. But the point was they both was looking for a weakness. They both was looking for their enemy to show them that they're done. Okay? So that was the point of it. So you can't really show your enemy that weakness. Or your enemy is gonna what? He's gonna zone in on that weakness. And he's just gonna boom, boom, boom. Yo, your ribs hurting? Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Let me get them ribs. Your chest? Alright. Boom, 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 boom. So you don't show your enemy those weaknesses, man. Or they gonna zone. I mean, what wise man wouldn't zone in? Why wouldn't you zone in on that? The brother's leg is hurt. Hey, we in a fight. Alright, I'm about to kick him in the leg. Let's get this shit over with quick. That's not honorable. Motherfucker, this is a fight. What you talk about? I'm trying to make it out of this alive. It's honorable. What? It's a fight. Yo, crazy. Esau ain't about to be honorable with you. He literally trying to kill your kids. Is that honorable? You think you're fighting? You think you're in a fight and you think he gonna keep the rules? Ain't no rules, man. We maintain our morals and integrity, right? That's what we do. But with him, ain't no rules. He has no morals. He has no integrity. Okay? So he's coming, trying to blindside you, trying to catch you any type of way. Okay? See what y'all brothers got. Haughtiness go up before this Proverbs 18:12. Haughtiness go up before destruction. Humility precedes honor. Kind. Brother said a cult is a group of or movement centered on a shared devotion or to a charismatic leader, idea, or goal. Yeah, and the idea is the truth. All right, our charismatic leader is Yahawashi. Okay? The word cult comes from the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of the Latin noun cultus, meaning care, cultivation, or worship. We worship Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. So we're definitely in this. If you want to, bro, you can get it in the Edamoline, online. But you don't have to though. I'm about done. So we definitely in a cult, man. And don't think that Esau is gonna have any honor in this fight. He's not. Okay? He's coming down with great wrath. Ain't no honor. Verse 27. It is not good to eat much honey. So for men to search their own glory is not glory. You don't boast. You don't throw a title on yourself. Okay? That's what you see with these other camps. You got the general blah, blah, blah. Or the captain blah, blah, blah. Or, the blah, 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 blah. No. These titles get thrown on brothers. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay? You never saw King Masha say he was King David. You never saw that. Okay? You never saw Abba Bibin say that he was John the Baptist or Elijah. You never saw that. Okay? These titles got thrown on through the Spirit. Okay? So, that's how it's supposed to be. You get crowned. You don't crown yourself. You get crowned. I'm watching House of Dragons right now. And they tried to usurper. They tried to usurp the throne. And what happened to that dude? He got removed, pretty much. It was chaos. Because he wasn't the right ruler. He's not the one that's supposed to sit on the Iron Throne. He's not the one, man. So, you individuals trying to assort yourself or usurp the throne and sit in that position, you're going to get removed because that's not your position. So, it's not good for men to search their own glory. Okay? So for men to search their own glory is not glory. Verse 28, last point. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Actually, that's what we started with, right? So control your emotions, control yourself. If you got fiery spirit, hot-headed, whatever, work on that. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow this world to get you out of character. Okay? Remember that we represent Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, and they looking for us to fuck up every second of the day. They want us to. They want to catch us doing something. So move the correct way and the proper way, man. All right? Ain't no such thing as a fair fight. Exactly. Exactly. All right. So, hey, with that being said, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Sham, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the Great Millstone once again. Shalawam, Shalawam. To the Lord's hopeful elect, Kwame Asha'Allah, and the Baba Bar. Shalawam, Shalawam.